What's going on, Pokemon Go trainers? Welcome to episode 187 of Lured Up, the podcast where we take Pokemon Go way more seriously than we do ourselves. Lured Up is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today is Wednesday, July 21st, 2021. I'm your host, Ken Pescator, joined by my co-host, Adam Tuttle. Adam, yo, hello, what up?
Yo, ho, ho!
Yo,
yar! And a bottle of pineapple berry juice.
Is that, yeah, okay. I was going to say rum or something. I don't know.
I was keeping it PG there for a second.
Why?
I realized that it didn't matter after I said it, so it was, yeah.
I've been saying this is episode 187, so I've been, singing, deep cover, yeah, and you don't stop. Because it's all day.
This is the Pirate Podcast, where this podcast is rated R.
So, in honor of Snoop Dogg, it's like, you got the juice, I got the gin, we got some gin and juice going on for episode 187. The Grimer
drank.
All right, well, the green drank.
No, the Grimer drank.
Oh, my God. All right, well, GoFest happened. That was a thing. So,
woo, GoFest!
Yo, it was amazing.
It was a festival.
Yes. Now, Adam sends me a weird text about, I don't know, an hour ago, out of the blue, and he just goes, I got feelings. And I'm like, what?
I'm an emotional kind of guy.
So Adam has prompted me that he's got some feelings about GoFest, and I don't know what they are. So I'm very intrigued, Adam, by your cryptic texts leading on that you had some feelings about GoFest, specifically day 2, without getting into it right now.
Sounds about right. I think that's what I texted you, but you might be taking it out of context.
I don't know. You said day 2. You said day 2. You got feelings. I don't know. We'll get into it. We also have the full details on the Ultra Unlock parts 1 and 2 already.
The full details?
Yeah, the full details. So we already had some info, but now we have the details, and they're juicy. So there's some good stuff in there. Eevee is our next Community Day Pokemon for August. And we're recording this in before the official announcement hits. So I have no idea how the community is going to react to this. So Adam, I want to get your hot take when we get there on your prediction on how people will feel about this when this goes live. But we'll get through it.
Well, how did people feel about Charmander?
Well, just wait. There's some differences here. There's some differences. We'll get to it.
Differences?
Yes, but the Wayfarer team has updated. There was a really nice update on the forums, on the community forums, about just what's been going on and what their plans are. It's phenomenal. We'll go through it. But Adam, let's get into GoFest. How was it? Where did you go? How did you play? We didn't do Boston like we kind of had talked about last week, but
I did Boston.
I know you did. But the let me know, how was your Saturday? We don't need to review the event because it already happened. So just what was your experience like? Where'd you play? How'd it go? What were your best catches, memories, all that kind of stuff?
It took me a little while to get out of the house. I'm not gonna lie. So
on day one?
On day one, which was okay because I had already told Chanel and told my son, and was like, hey guys, I just want you to know that we're gonna go out, or at least I'm gonna go out. And then
Peace out, suckers.
Yeah, and I basically just didn't have a plan, but I knew that eventually we'd go to the park and then we'd get ice cream. It worked out.
That's a solid ass plan right there.
Yeah,
dude.
we actually
went out, get ice cream.
Yeah, we actually went out a little bit later than I planned. Like I said, I probably played the first hour I just sat there on my bed and just kind of was enjoying catching multiple Pokemon and just relaxing. But then I was like, wait a minute, I need to shower and get ready to get out. So all the while, bzz, 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 hitting the Go Plus.
Okay. Sorry. I didn't know if that's what you meant.
Yes. No, I was catching Beedrills the entire time. So get out, and then we walk around downtown for a little bit. And then we eventually say, I'm hungry. So we get lunch. We actually brought lunch to the park, ate lunch at the park. It was beautiful. It was a nice sunny day. And then Ashton played on the playground while we kind of just walked around a little bit and caught Pokemon. It was fabulous. I wasn't going crazy because I wasn't moving. Caught a lot of Pokemon, caught a lot of shinies.
Was there stops where you were playing? Like,
yes, yep.
okay.
Yeah, there's one at each end, so I basically just have to walk, a tiny bit to get to like hit one and then backwards to hit the other one. So it's not, I mean, if I was walking the full circle of the park, it would be enough time to hit both the stops, but obviously I wanted to keep an eye on my son, so couldn't necessarily do that.
All right. Well, and what were your what was the best catches of the day or the best moment? Did you have any like good stuff?
I didn't realize that the Go Plus was on nonstop. I caught a shiny Skorupi, and that was one that I just wanted to see. I wanted to see it because I wanted the screenshot, and I didn't see it. I just looked into my Pokemon after I was walking for a while and was like, oh my goodness.
When did that happen?
Yeah, it was really upsetting. But the one that I was super excited about was getting the shiny Adino from the research tasks.
Oh, nice.
All in all, a great day. And then so they went home after ice cream, and then I kind of got dropped back off downtown, did a few laps, and then just made my way. And that was the mistake, was dropping me off and being by myself. I did some raids. I went to this place called Collectiques, and they had a bunch of Skylanders and all this stuff. And I was like,
oh, nice.
I was like, oh no, they're only $1 each. And I'm like, that's a clear Gilgrunt. Not that anybody knows what this stuff is, but I was like, that's definitely more than $1. I was like, I'm going to get that. So I kind of picked a bag of them up because they were dirt cheap for exclusives and really good figures. So I don't know. I just got excited. So I'm walking back. I walked all the way back to my house. I basically, run that when I go running, and it felt awesome. I wasn't exhausted. I wasn't tired. I was like, man, this was an awesome walk.
That's
walking
great,
all the way downtown, doing some laps, and then going all the way home. Like, it just felt really good, and it felt awesome that I wasn't like pressured to do anything during the day.
That's great. I would think that if there's going to be a stressful day at a Go Fest, it's going to be the Saturday and not the Sunday, but it seems like you had a pretty chill Saturday. That's fun. That's good.
Yeah,
then.
I mean, in my notes that I wrote, I said I had a blast, so many Pokemon to catch, and had the app open for most of the event, had a decent amount of shinies, enjoyed the raid pool during the raid event, Foot Soldier. That's just, those were kind of my notes that I was going to share with Niantic.
All right, well,
but then I didn't do that. So I'm sharing them now.
That's fine. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. And yeah, the Audino, that was a treasured shiny. I ended up getting 2. So
yeah, that was lucky.
And then I ended up lucky swapping one of them. Mine came out shitty, but
how was your Saturday?
It was fucking awesome, dude. I got to downtown Red Bank at 8 a.m., right? So I started restocking and just like balancing my bag and all that kind of stuff. Got my Pokemon right, preloaded all my items. So like I had, stuff that wasn't increased, like lures or whatever. I would stack all of it. So I stacked like a shit ton of star pieces, a shit ton of lucky eggs. As soon as the event started at 10 o'clock, I was standing in my spot that I was talking about last week and was able to lure up like 6 stops right at the start. So I was able to claim like a 6-stop cluster in Red Bank, which was cool. And then like by the time I walked to the next area, like the next one, people were already filling them in with lures. It was like the whole town lit up like immediately. So it was fucking awesome. The crew got out, like we pretty much just like hoofed it all day. And it was just serious fucking grinding all day long. It was awesome. It was so awesome. The game like ran flawless. Like there was no issues at all. I think we might have had a couple in our group, like a couple people had to restart a few times, but outside of that, like that's it. Like that was it. How about for you? Like did your shit run well? Like
it was really good. There were a few moments where I couldn't get back into the game. I know I texted you.
Really?
I know I texted you.
Yeah.
Which I wasn't necessarily...
I didn't realize at first that's like...
I wasn't really upset, but I was more upset that like I had there was a raid. I went to the local comic book shop. Shout out to Jetpack Comics. I was there. I had done a dino raid, and I invited people, and we beat it, and then it just did the loading screen. And it just kept going and going and going. So it's like, all right, I'm going to get out of the app. And then I tried to go back in, and it wasn't loading at all.
Oh, no.
So effectively, I got stuck and was stuck for so long that I was like, all right, I'm probably going to lose this. And it had like 10 minutes left on it. I did a Mewtwo. Like I got an invite for a Mewtwo, did the Mewtwo, and then it was stuck on like the catch screen. Like it didn't give me any balls or anything. It was just the loading screen. Yeah.
Dude,
so
I honestly did not hear a single technical issue from anyone like this. That's crazy that happened.
It might have been my location. It might have been my internet. It might it's a million things it could have been. But I did eventually was able.
Sorry to hear about your trouble, trainer.
No, it's okay.
Make sure you play in a stable Wi-Fi connection.
Okay. At Ken Help. So I eventually got out of that and was able to go back into the Mewtwo raid, see the CP. It was junk, and I was able to catch it. But then I go back to the Dino raid, and it had just ended. So I missed out on the Dino raid, which was unfortunate, but it was an acceptable loss because it was a free raid pass that, like, because I was physically there.
Yeah. See, for me, I didn't have. There was no issues the whole weekend, and the Saturday was grinding hard the entire fucking day, like just nonstop, which was amazing. It was just the gains that the gains, bro. Like the gains I was able to get with XP and all that shit was phenomenal. So I was loving it, man. But Sunday, I don't please, let me know what's your feelings here. Like what happened on Sunday?
I went to the Boston Museum of Science. That's where we went. Myself, my girlfriend, and my son. We had a blast. I went there and immediately I was like, I'm just going to lure everything up. So I lured up the whole, every single stop that I possibly could. And none of them were taken. So it was it felt really cool to like have them all lured up.
Right.
I mean, there was only like 4 or 5, but it was just really cool. It was a feel good moment. There were just so many raids to be invited. There were so many raids that were ongoing. There was just so many raids.
That's the point.
So
is that a bad thing?
So so this is what I wrote in my what I was going to feedback stuff. So I think the rotation of the raid pools was a brilliant idea, but the timers made the day really hard. I found myself joining invites only to be bailed on and ultimately wasting many raid passes. I wish there had been a way to allow us multiple raids off the same gym with the short timers, or had the timers extended so I had a chance at being re-invited and allow us to try again if I only had 3 or 4 people or 3 people that like couldn't handle it. Since a lot of the raids I joined had like 5 or fewer trainers, not all of the raid bosses go down the same. So that just bothered me. I enjoyed the fact that we got multiple raid passes for just raiding, but I didn't like how it was delivered, essentially. I didn't like how it was overshadowed by the photos, so it was easily missed and forgotten.
What? Dude, it literally was one step at a time. Use this pass, get a pass. Use this pass, get a pass. Like, it doesn't get any easier than that.
Right, but it wasn't, you had to scroll up from the pictures, and I didn't realize that until almost halfway through the day. So I was rushing trying to just do raids, and at that point, it was like looking at my radar and like the 20 raids that were going on, they were all 5 stars. And it's like I'm looking, I literally clicked like every single one at one point, and it was like there was nobody in any of the raids.
Really?
Yeah, no, it was so frustrating. I don't think that it was a bad idea. I really enjoyed it for what it was. But like I said, I feel like they needed to be unlimited for those those 15 minutes or whatever it was for the rotation, because it just like the timer was too short. Like I got invited to raids and then people backed out. And then when I got re-invited, by the time that invite I could see it, because so many people were inviting me, like it was just like nonstop invites. So it's like I'm just getting sent multiple Landorus and I don't know which one was the one I just went to, because I was just so constant. There was just so many people inviting me and so many raids surrounding. It's like I needed to time to see what I was actually doing.
How many raids did you do on the day, you think?
I don't know. I raided the entire time. I had the Go Plus going and I just raided.
But you got through like all your free passes that the game gave you?
No,
as part of
because
the ticket?
like I said, I didn't see it till halfway through, which is, it's my own fault. So, it is what it is, but it was just, I didn't see them till the end of, like halfway through, because I scroll up and I'm like, oh, that's where they're hidden.
Scroll up?
So when you went into your field research, and when you went over to today,
right,
that whole section was just filled up with just. I mean, I'm on an iOS.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't like the
8.
pictures at the top. I know what you're talking about there.
Yeah, it's like
okay.
if the pictures were just moved down just a little bit, and then that was on top, it would have made so much more sense. People would not have forgotten about.
Oh, well, even the collection challenges, I was scrolling all over the place, trying to.
Okay, yeah, I didn't even
like what's active right now. They all like what's active. Where are I going? What the fuck? And I was that was brutal.
And it was so funny because like Saturday at the end of it, I did like I just wanted to talk to people, so we kind of just jumped on Discord and had like a voice channel, and then we started watching the egg, and just. It was just nice to talk about everything. I know we'll get to the egg in a second. It was just nice to talk to everybody, and I don't know. It's just frustrating.
So I had a totally different experience on Sunday, man. It was far out. No, like my Sunday was so chill, but I did a lot of fucking raids. Like I still played very efficiently, but even the vibe from everyone in the group, like everybody was just chill and hanging out and talking. And like, there was one point where we're all kind of just like sitting in the circle on the grass, like in the park. And like everyone's off doing their own remote raids and shit. So it's like, we're all together, right? Physically, and we're all raiding, but there was some instances where we weren't even raiding with each other. We were raiding remotely, but we were still together. And I was like, dude, this is a cool little, remote raid paradox of where it's like, we are remote raiding, but we happen to be physically together. I was like, yeah, man, that's deep. That's fucking deep. But it was cool. It was very, very chill. My goal was to do 100 raids. That was the goal. I did not hit that. I did like 65, which is still a lot considering, you have to pay for the passes beyond 21 or whatever it was. But I did a lot of in-person raids because I thought that the timers was brilliant. I thought that was the best shit. Because, like, if you're in a spot where you can reach 3 gyms, and every 15 minutes, pretty much, these things are going to rotate around, that you do one raid, you do the second raid, you do the third raid, by the time you're done with the third raid, the egg is about to hatch again. It's like, it was, I don't know, man. I love that timer. It was chaotic for sure. I did have one small technical glitch. I would get an invite, and the invite would stay on my screen the whole, like, for an hour or 2 hours at 0 seconds, and it wouldn't go away. Did you experience anything like that?
No, not really.
But get this. Since that invite was still, like, stuck on my menu, 20 minutes later, half an hour later, I hit that invite. It would take me to whatever raid is currently at that gym. And then if I try to use a pass on it, it says no group found. But I would see like the next raid boss that was physically in that gym.
That's crazy.
It was so funny. It was really cool. But I loved it, man. I thought it was amazing. I ran lucky eggs, the whole event, but shit tons of fucking XP, man. 40,000 a pop, like just huge amounts of XP. So I loved it. I thought it was amazing. But Niantic did share some stats here, and these are pretty cool. 1.5 billion Pokemon caught. Phenomenal. So cool.
A billion.
900 million Pokestops spun, over 23 million raids, and over 125 million kilometers walked in total. That's awesome. Awesome. But let's talk about the eggs. So they did these live activations in a bunch of cities across the countries, across the globe, whatever. And in Chicago, they had this giant egg get erected in the park. And everyone was like, what the fuck is going on with this egg? And they do a live stream, and it's like this pretty awesome 3D, three-dimensional, 360-degree projector that's from the inside of the egg projecting outward some awesome graphics of Pokemon hatching and moving around, and it was all part of the narrative of the Hoopa thing. So, Adam, you said you actually watched the live stream?
Yes.
Was it brutal to watch it? Was it I heard a lot of people say it was like boring.
It was kind of like exciting because it was like, oh my goodness, like what's coming out of the egg, and then it was like a timer, and then.
But was it too slow though?
Then Mewtwo came out, and I was like, okay, and then Mewtwo went away after it had been defeated, and like the infographic thing that was on there was like, oh, Mewtwo's been defeated. And I'm like, what do you mean it's been defeated? Like, there was no context. It was just, it showed up in an egg. Not realizing that everybody there was battling as if they were, like, fighting it physically there. And it was, like...
It's like the giant Times Square battle.
Yeah, but all the trainers were battling the Mewtwo exactly how Sunday was going to be. But we didn't know that yet.
What do you mean, like with
I didn't know that out of because there was just nothing. There was no information as to like what was going on, and all we saw was like people recording the screen, and I'm like, what? What are they doing? Shouldn't they be in game playing right now?
I don't know. I'm confused.
Okay. So that we all watched it in the Discord. We all watched it together, and at one point, I'm like, I can't watch this. Because it was just one Pokemon, then the next Pokemon, and a timer, and the next Pokemon and a timer, and it was like, ugh, like I'm just gonna open up some cards. So we opened up some cards. It was kind of painful to watch. Like it was funny seeing it go from like so many like 1,000 like viewers, and then it went to the next timer, and it was like, just dipped.
No.
And then the next Pokemon, and then the next timer dipped again. And then again.
I watched the highlights, so it's like a super cut, so I get to cut out all the downtime. But the projector though looked fucking amazing though. Like it looked so cool. Like when Rayquaza was on there, it looked so.
I think Rayquaza was the I think Rayquaza. I think Rayquaza was the best image because he moves so frequently.
Yeah, it was cool.
It just looks so cool because it looked like he was a giant snake.
Well, I'm a snake. I'm a snaky snake. All right. Well, we did do some work over GoFest, and that was towards the Ultra Unlock, and we do have the info for 1 and 2. We had some light info. I don't know. Maybe 2 weeks ago they announced some stuff. But now we have complete details, and, it was thanks to the trainers playing GoFest doing 24 of the challenges. That's what we needed to unlock all 3, actually, Ultra Unlocks. But we only have the details for 1 and 2. We don't know what the details are of 3, although we have unlocked it. All right, so here we go. Part 1 is all about the disruption of time. We knew that. It's going to be from Friday, July 23rd at 10 a.m. to Friday, August 3rd at 8 p.m. local time. Dialga coming back to 5-star raids. And what, Adam? It can be shiny. That's what I'm talking about. Shiny Dialga.
Didn't I call that?
Probably. Also in raids, we're going to see Magneton, Aerodactyl, Porygon 2, Golurk in 3 stars. An unknown U, Cranidos, Shieldon, Bronzor, and Clink. will be in 1-stars. Shiny Unknown U will also be released. That's pretty cool.
Wait, did you say Shiny Unknown?
Yes. There's no mention of Shiny Unknown U going away after the Ultra Unlock. Usually they'll say that. But we can assume that it's going to go away, just like, the GoFest letters. So I don't know. But they usually call that out. But as for wild Pokemon, we'll have Voltorb, Porygon, Ammonite, Kabuto, Baltoy, Cranidos, Shieldon, and more. And Cranidos and Shieldon that we saw in that image that Pokemon Go released internationally, they can be shiny. So we've got...
Cranidos shiny looks so nice.
It's so good. It's so good. So good. 7K eggs are also shook up. They have the fossils as well. Ammonite, Kabuto, Aerodactyl, Laleep, Anorith, Cranidos, Shieldon. Again, so egg chances there. So actually, Cranidos and Shieldon are available in the wild, in raids, and in eggs. So if you want to shiny hunt them, you got 3 methods. There's also going to be timed research that will feature event-themed Pokemon, probably fossils. Adam, what do you think? What's the hot take on Ultra Unlock number 1, which we'll have, in 2 days from the time of this recording, this weekend?
This feels good. It's a lot of holdout Pokemon. Like, I think I'm still missing Ammonite. I think that's a legit thing. Hang on one second. Let me just check.
You're talking about a shiny, right?
Yeah. Yep. I do not have that. So that's still a holdout for me. I have the Aerodactyl. I have the Kabuto, and Anorith. I've got
the entire 1-star raid lineup can be shiny. That's awesome.
Oh yes. Yeah. So I have all the others. Shieldon and Cranidos is awesome. I'm so excited about. I'm glad that they did both of them and not just like one.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No, they got to do 2. But what do you think of like the fossil theme? Like,
I absolutely love it.
So do you love it because you love the Pokemon individually, or is it because of like the whole fossil thing?
The whole fossil thing.
Yeah. See, I don't know, man. I don't know why that just doesn't intrigue me as much as I would think it would. I don't know. But maybe I'm just tired of Aerodactyl. I don't know.
You don't have to catch Aerodactyl. Just leave it alone.
I have to catch every single Pokemon.
You're gonna spot one, and that's gonna be your shiny.
Yeah, my shiny mojo will get wasted on a fucking Aerodactyl.
Yeah, when one Aerodactyl, or like that one, if you click the Cranidos, actually would be the shiny. Yeah. But you choose the Aerodactyl instead. It's weather boosted. I've got to do it.
All right, let's move on to part 2. We have the details for part 2. Hot Shots part 2. Part 2 is about the distortion of space, causing Pokemon from various places to appear where they usually don't. And we're actually going to have, I think, like 2-3 days off after part 1 of the Ultra Unlock before part 2 starts. And that's going to run Friday, August 6th at 10 a.m. through Tuesday, August 17th at 8 p.m. So we pretty much are going to have a month's worth of content here, like just under a month's worth of content. So we've got a lot going on in terms of time. So that's cool. And again, that's going to be in addition to like any other events that are going on, all the spotlights, all that kind of shit. Palkia, if you couldn't have guessed that, will be available in 5-star raids. And what, Adam, can be shiny? So now we have Dialga, Palkia, both shiny released. That's fucking awesome. New shinies are great. New shiny legendaries are better. Let's see. Oh,
Heracross is the answer.
Yeah. Well, as for 3-star raids, we have Alakazam, shout to Kaido Nolan, Kangaskhan, and Heracross. We have had Kangaskhan shiny before, but shiny Heracross is now added to the mix. Shout out to Heracross Boss. This is great. I'm excited. I hope you get all the shinies. All of them. Literally. All of them.
I'm going to get all the shinies.
Unknown U is going to be available. Oh, and this is what they mean by like the distortion of space, like causing various Pokemon from different places to appear. So West and East Sea Shellos will be available. So not a Dex entry, but a different form. That's pretty hot. Elgium and Esper will be in 1-star raids with the Shellos. Wild Pokemon, you'll have Clefairy, Munna, and here we go, red-striped and blue-striped Basculin. That's hot. So again, not a dex entry, but a form shift. Elgium, Heatmore, and Durant will be available as well. So Heatmore and Durant actually regionally being available. Timed research will also be around, featuring event-themed Pokemon. And like I said earlier, we still don't know what part 3 of the event is. But Adam, thoughts on part 2? The Palkia, like what's your take on part 2? What do you like better, 1 or 2?
I think everybody's just excited for Heracross.
It's such a good shiny, dude. The color is so amazing. It's like electric purple. I don't even know how to explain it. It's so fucking
a bright
pinky
magenta.
purple. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. It's a very that's gonna be the first time you caught a shiny Machop, or I don't know, just a Pokemon that's way different, shiny like Sableye. It's you see it on the screen and it's bam, this is gonna be a shiny that hits the screen bam. So I'm hyped for that. That's always fun.
Like when you catch a shiny Ditto and you're like, bam.
Yep. What do you?
Oh, sorry, I
just
just pulled those out of the Shining Fates packs.
Yes. What do you think here? 1 or 2? What's your preference?
1.
Really? Okay.
I'm more excited for 1.
I'm looking at the spawns.
I don't care what you're looking at.
No, I want the region.
You asked my opinion. I'm giving it to you.
But what about do you care about catching the non-dex regional forms
I mean, it'll be cool that I can utilize them and card of the day stuff, but that's it. That's the only excitement from those.
Well,
for
hopefully
me personally,
the timed researches will be cool. Well, what do you think they're going to do? Do we decide this yet? What do you think they're going to do for the third week, or third unlock? I mean, is it Arceus? No. Or is it Giratina? If it's Giratina, people are going to be pissed.
I mean, it makes sense though.
No,
I think they should give us. I think for the Ultra Unlock 3, okay, part 3 should be we have Giratina, both forms,
right.
And then we get a super special. What's the big researches?
Special research?
Yeah, maybe we get special research for Shaman.
For What? Where's that coming from?
I don't know. I've seen it in a movie.
Oh shit! No, I don't know. I think that
they'll just give us Keldeo. They'll be like, "You guys unlock Keldeo
but
in raids."
It's got to be bigger. It's got to be bigger than 1 and 2. That's the if you're gonna hold out like this for the impact has to be more significant than 1 and 2. Number 3 is the big one, so they can't skimp on this shit.
Meowth raids, Galarian Meowth Dynamax raids.
No,
we get Dynamax Pokemon. Those are bigger, right?
What about Mega Mewtwo X?
Why? That doesn't even make sense.
It's on the poster.
It doesn't make any sense. You know what makes sense?
Arceus makes sense. Well, yeah, Giratina? So does Giratina. Yeah, Giratina does, but I don't want it to. Oh, man, people will be pissed. We already have those shinies, so it'll be and then in the announcement, they'll be like, if you're lucky, you might catch a shiny Giratina.
I know, my favorite over the weekend, so Sunday, was just seeing all the Dialga and Palkias, and I'm like, I'm not even touching this. I don't even want this.
I honestly did everything. I did a lot.
Everything. I did some things. I did a lot of 1-star raids because it was the only raids that people were doing.
Dino raids were the hot ticket, dude. That was the hot ticket remotely. Awesome. You don't need anybody. Just jump in. Done in 2 seconds. That was the hot shit. Did you do any trades for Popstar or Rockstar?
I was just going to say, I did 0 trades.
Are you serious, dude? You had 18 special trades.
Yeah, and I did a total of 0.
Oh, that's so Adam of you. Damn, I didn't do all of them, but I did.
If somebody came up to Boston,
sorry,
dude,
able
to at least do
it would have been too much driving in one day. Too much.
Yo, it's never too much driving,
dude. It is
not to see you, not to see me. These are just excuses.
No, it was
We're gonna have a boyfriend girlfriend fight right now.
Yeah.
No, he said
I miss you more.
I miss you more.
All right, let's shift gears over to Community Day. This was an interesting announcement to see. And as I disclosed earlier, we're recording this prior to the news going live. We're under embargo. So we're talking about it, but we don't know how the community is going to react. So, Adam, I'm interested in hearing your hot take here. But Eevee is our next Community Day Pokemon. And, yeah, that's it's a little weird. I don't know if people are going to... It's a repeat Pokemon.
Charmander.
I know. They're doing it a little different this time. I just had hoped for...
I enjoy what they're doing.
I had hoped for an oddball-ish Pokemon to be back in the rotation of like a starter and then an oddball and then a starter and then an oddball. Like, that's what I had hoped for. But this is what they're doing to make it kind of unique and different. And I gotta say, I like this a lot. Like, I really, really like this. So, again, just like last time for Eevee, 2-day Community Day event, 11 to 5 both days. But there's benefits that actually start the Friday and go from Friday to Monday. Friday at 10 a.m. through Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific time, not local, Pacific. But get this shit. Evolving Eevee to any of its evolutions will grant it an exclusive move that varies by evolution. Vaporeon learns Scald, Jolteon learns Zap Cannon, Flareon Superpower, Espeon Shadow Ball, Umbreon Psychic, Leafeon Bullet Seed, Glaceon Water Pulse, and Sylveon Psyshock. So all exclusive moves that would be, elite TMable, I guess, after this. But those are the exclusive moves. So that's pretty... Adam, what do you think of that? Does that give you any solace at all?
Awesome.
It's good, right? Like, that's a great idea. Like, this is a cool opportunity to get new shinies and make their evolutions kind of count. I don't know. I think that's great. Eevee caught or hatched during this time. This is the Friday to Monday still. We'll know last resort. That's cool. Evolving Eevee into Sylveon, this is big, will only require 7 hearts instead of the usual 70. 7 hearts only. So, if you have Poffins, 1 Poffin and you're, a couple berries and you're fucking in. You're in on Sylveon. There's going to be special time research that will award Mossy Lure and a Glacial Lure. That's good. Special lures are awesome. There's going to be a one-time purchase Community Day box, 1280 Pokecoins like usual. It has 50 Ultra Balls, 5 Incense, and an Elite Fast TM and Elite Charge TM. So
that sounds pretty good.
Double value there. The $1 special research story. Now, I don't know what the story will be, but the name is Who You Choose to Be. And I can't wait to read this fucking Professor Willow little narrative. Like, what's he going to teach me? I'm so excited.
I don't know. This sounds like, I feel like you get to choose which, like, because they just gave us this choose your own story.
Oh,
with Pikachu.
Okay.
So he might be like, oh, do you want to catch Vaporeon, Jolteon, Flareon?
Yeah, good. Ooh, Adam.
But I don't know if they would go as far as being like, here's Espeon, here's Umbreon, here's Leafeon.
No, that would be cool as shit. Like, they put all the options up on screen. That'd be hot.
Yes.
That would be really cool.
But I feel like everybody would choose Sylveon for the fact that, Sylveon, you have to get 70 hearts.
Fuck it. Get a Sylveon. Live your best life. And then also through the Community Day hours, quarter hatch distance, which is great.
I love
3-hour lures and incense. All right, Adam, Eevee hot take about being a repeat Pokemon, 2-day event, blah, 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 blah. What do you think of this?
Perfectly fine.
All right, moving on.
No, seriously, because a lot of people don't have multiple 100%. Like, I don't
have any 100%.
I'm just saying, I mistakenly evolved one of my random ones to make sure that I got a second Vaporeon for some reason. Now, I know some people, like Liz, would really enjoy having 200% Vaporeons, but I just wanted one. and I risked it, and I just got 2 instead.
Hey man, I evolved my shiny Clamperl, and I already had a shiny Gorbis. So when I evolved my next shiny Clamperl, you best believe I got another Gorbis.
Oh my gosh.
I was so mad. So now I gotta trade it. Oh shit. But any of these like exclusive moves look interesting for you?
Is Scald a new one?
New for Vaporeon, I guess.
I just hadn't seen that one before, so I guess Super Power on Flareon. That seems like a really good one.
Yep, that's pretty cool. No, I
Bullet
like this.
Seed obviously will make Leafeon a little bit faster.
Yeah, this is a good thing for collectors too. You know, just gives them something else to have another little exclusive something or other on a Pokemon. I like that. That's cool. But all right, now let's take a little break. When we come back, I want to go through this Wayfarer update, and I'm pretty excited about this one, to be honest. So
Are you?
I definitely want to talk about it. But let's take a little break. I need a drink so bad, my throat is killing me.
All right, let's do it.
All right, we'll be back right after this. And we're back from our break.
Back from our break.
All right, little housekeeping before the back half of the show. This podcast is powered by Patreon. Please check ours out over at patreon.com/Pokemon Professor, where you can support the show for as little as $1 a month. And that $1 will get you access to our patron exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. And I want to give a huge shout out to our gym leader patrons. Absolutely Ryan, Dig Dug Rob, Grant, Jamal, JD Mojo, Jojo, Magikarp DM, Paul, Sharkfin, Talon, Tish, and TA Comics Wiz. And special thanks to our executive producer, Paul Bott. Thank you so incredibly much for all your support. But if Patreon isn't your thing, there's still a couple other ways you can help us out. If you're listening on a podcast service like Apple Podcasts, you can leave us a review. If you're listening on YouTube, you can subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. All right, Adam, Wayfarer. When was the last time you did a Wayfarer review? When was the last time you nominated the Pokestop?
I don't remember.
Well, fuck, dude. We got to change that. Anyway, there's a Wayfarer update that came to the forums, and this is pretty cool because we're seeing some transparency here that we haven't seen before from Niantic, especially the Wayfarer team. It was usually like, you know, Niantic Casey that was like so elusive online, you could never really connect, and like he would just jump in, jump out. Like it was really, he was there, but like it was tough. Now it seems like they're going to be expanding their efforts here to kind of engage the community better and clean some shit up. And it's very, I don't know, I was inspired. It's very promising when I read this. So check this shit out. They start by saying, hey, thank you so much for your, you know, feedback. I guess they had requested some feedback. I don't know how many months ago they started it, but they said they collected over 13,000 responses to like their customer service email that had like, you know, please rate your in order of, you know, importance, you know, just different things that were going on with Wayfarer. And they released a snippet of those results, and they're pretty interesting. And I want to see, Adam, if this aligns with your feelings. So it says, what is most interesting about Niantic Wayfarer? And in first place, but only by 1%, was exploring the world virtually. That was the number one reason. Number two reason, at 27%, was mapping the world together. And I think these two have an awesome correlation because obviously you need to explore the world virtually to map it. You know, like they work hand in hand. But looking at this list here, and then it goes on to say like, you know, no feeling, other reasons, improving the game, like it goes all the way down. But Adam, if you were to give Wayfarer a shot, right? What would be more important to you? Developing like your local area so you could play better, like play more actively, or like going out to like a remote area to try to find something to submit?
I guess when I go out for like hikes and stuff, like seeing something new and being like, that could totally be a Pokestop.
Do the trails have markers, like signs?
Yeah.
Bro, you should submit every fucking trail marker then. Bro, do you even Wayfarer?
No, apparently not.
No, dude, like, honestly, you should, though. If there's, like, a sign, especially if it has a name on it, of, like, the trail name or something, shit, man, that's, like, a fucking 5-star for me. You know what I mean? Like, I would submit that shit.
Well, now I know.
And knowing's half the battle. G.I. Joe! All right, the next thing. Describe one big thing to fix. 55% of the vote. Fix the system, the review system, specifically the criteria, the abuse, and the inconsistency. Yo, Niantic calls it all out. I was pretty impressed by that. I was like, all right, cool. They're putting review system, the criteria, abuse, and inconsistency in parentheses. Like, that's great, because that's what burns my ass the most is the inconsistency. Like, where I could put something totally legitimate up, and it'll get rejected saying, like, that's a temporary display. And it's like, what? No, it's not. So that kind of shit burns
but
my
it's
ass.
gone now, so it totally was.
It's not. The article also mentions the India and the Russian Wayfarer challenge. And the India one added 4,100 way spots. The Russian one added 8,400 way spots.
Wow.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. That's crazy. But then the forum post goes on to say, like, you know, what's in store for the next few months. And this is cool. This is like where the transparency comes in. And they call right out. First bullet point, team expansion. We're growing. Expect us to engage with more of you more often in the coming months through the forum and social media. What? More
That's
customer-facing people? All of Pokemon needs this. And maybe that's, like, with the Wayfarer forums, like, they can get a little heated sometimes, but they're pretty well self-regulated. Like, if you could do this for Wayfarer, could you not scale this to do it for the whole game, where you could actually have a community forum for the game, official forum, that people would respond? Oh, we need more people to respond besides Niantic support, you know?
Yes, I totally agree with that.
All right, here we go. Future events. The next Wayfarer challenges of 2021 are being planned, so that's good. They're going to be doing more of those. More educational content in more places. We have new ideas in place on what content and tools will help you succeed to contribute, and we'll start to release this over time. That's important. A lot of people are discouraged by Wayfarer because they don't really understand it. So the more they know, the more they know. New features. This is really exciting. We're innovating the contribution experience in-game, including the ability to see what wayspots have already been approved during the wayspot nomination process in Pokemon Go. So I'd imagine that you'll be able to see approved wayspots which may not appear in Pokemon Go, but might be appear in Ingress. So you know, like, don't resubmit that basketball court. It may not be a stop in Pokemon Go, but it's a portal in Ingress. You don't need to submit it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's going to be a game changer for helping people know where to place shit and where they should place stuff. Is it within 20 meters of something that's already existing? Like, this was like an invisible barrier that people would sometimes get shit approved and then it would never show up in game. And you're like, why? It's just like, because it's in a different game or it's, you know, the 20 meter rule or some shit like that. But very cool. I can't wait to see how that works. The onboarding flow, they're going to say newly eligible explorers will soon be required to learn the Wayfarer criteria before being allowed to submit contributions or review them. So there's going to be a little bit more stringent test to, like, get into the Wayfarer program. Completing you have to go through the fucking criteria. Because if you don't know the criteria, that's when people are dismissing shit and downvoting shit for the wrong reasons. That's a temporary display. No, it's not, asshole.
I don't know why that's so funny.
Big improvements to the nomination process are coming. The nomination management experience, drum roll, the ability to appeal rejections. So if someone says your permanent display that's from fucking, the 1905, that's been there forever, they say that's a temporary display, you can appeal that. Hallelujah. Thank you. Hopefully it won't get clogged up, and hopefully shit'll get resolved quickly. Who knows? Maybe some of that team expansion can go to the appeal team. Reviewers, let's see. New product for the reviewers experience and the community forum. They're going to be doing some quality of life changes. It's just a bunch of movement within the Wayfarer space.
It's all good movement.
It's all good movement, because this is really, as Lightship, like Niantic's platform moves forward, it's all built on that platform. So the more that this platform is developed and fleshed out, especially with AR scanning, I don't know, man. I see so much potential for what these games can be years from now, because of, the passive gameplay that we've put into it now. This is very exciting. So I enjoyed this update a lot. But Adam, I think that's a show. I think we can wrap it up.
I think that's a show too. I mean, I'm not the biggest on Wayfair, so it's kind of hard for me to be like, yeah, but it all sounds really good from what I've done in my area,
Dude,
even me, I know that I did one of those little libraries, but it was right next to somebody's house on the sidewalk, so it's like, yeah. I really wish I could have done that, but it doesn't meet the qualifications.
Well, I would challenge you to try to submit, you have 7, I'm sure you have 7 nominations sitting pooled up in your account. You can see
most
that
likely,
from, yeah. So I would challenge you to try to just use all 7 of those this week, like if you go on a run, literally if there's trail markers that are visible signs, submit every single one.
Can you do railroad tracks? Not railroad tracks, but the crossing?
No, because that's a safety thing. But if there's a monument next to the railroad or a sign, something like that, a little station house.
Okay.
But I don't know, man. I think the voting process and the nomination process are so different that there's different ways that people can get into the process, even if they're not reviewing. Reviewing is the core. That's what Blame Jamal and Heracross Boss, they're fucking nuts. But yes, the review process is the core of it. So they've taken that shit to the next level. But Adam, that is a show. Before we do go, I do want to give thanks to our show supporter tier patrons, as always. Ace Trainers, Adrock, Alex, Andrew, Brian, Brittany, Chad, Cheryl, Chris, Carol, Cody, Eric, Garrett, C-Stacks87, Griggle788, Harry, Heracross Boss, James, Jason, J. Mackle, Justin, Kanto Cody, Ken, Lynchbot, MD, Mike, M. Pitts, Pokénabot, Purple Pancakes, Ricky, Sam, Smeatwad, Todd, The Noise, and Woodwose Wolf. Woo! Thank you all so much. We appreciate your support, your continued support. Thank you so much. And Adam, I believe that's it. If that's it, we're probably it. Is that it?
That sounds about it.
Keep training, trainers. Thanks so much. We'll see you next week. Have a good one.